right, everybody ready? Go!
Thursdays and Sundays on CBS.
Buckle up because it's going to be a long season.
The battle is on. As CBS Reality Titans
We are the strongest force in this game.
team up with MTV Challenge legends.
People are coming for blood, and it's gonna get ugly.
Who will become
What y'all are very good at is lying to people's faces.
America's Challenge champion?
The Challenge USA. New Thursdays and Sundays on CBS.
The UA Slip Speed is the most versatile training shoe Under Armour's ever made. They look good, they feel good, and when you look good and you feel good, you play good. And they have a heel that very easily converts from recover mode to train mode. Shop the UA Slip Speed Mesh Pack on UA.com, the only training shoe with 2 modes. What up? This is Matt Barnes, one half of the All the Smoke duo. I teamed up with UA Next and Elite 24, and I'm sitting here talking to Ace Bailey, the number 2 player in the class of 2024. Ace, how are you?
I'm doing fine. What about you?
I can't complain, man. Busy. Summer's coming to an end, so I'm happy about that to get the season back started. I understand you were just at Steph Curry camp last week and won MVP. Got a chance to play with my former teammate and one of the greatest players ever. Talk to us a little bit about that experience and how much fun you had and what you learned.
Man, I had a great experience. Coming from one of the best shooters of all time, showing us how he work out. It's a lot of running. He don't get tired at all. He do a lot of running, a lot of shooting. But him just coming back and just pouring back into us, it mean a lot.
How surprised were you? Because I think I saw on social media they're making a big deal about his cardio. You know, Steph is one of the greatest shooters, hands down, but I don't think people understand the preparation he puts in his body. I mean, he's amongst the league's leaders every single year in miles ran. And I was someone who played with him and had to guard him at times, and he's nonstop movement. So I saw at the end of all his workouts, I know he does a strenuous up and down 3-point shoot. So what was the biggest thing when you saw him working, I think, that surprised you?
Wow, that's a lot of running. He don't get tired. That's like he was just corner to corner, shot for shot. He was hitting every shot too, like it was game speed.
Yeah.
Everything was a game rep.
So what did it mean to you to be in that environment and come out with the MVP?
It means a lot to let me know. A lot of work paying off that I do. It just means a lot to win that, and they realize that.
Mm-hmm. So for those who are new to your game, explain to me what your game is. If I had never seen you play, what would you say your game is like, and can you compare it to anybody in the NBA?
Yeah, I compare myself to Kevin Durant, Jason Tatum, and Paul George. A lot of people do. I'm 6'9", I can handle the ball. I can see the court. I can knock down shots. I can off the dribble, catch and shoot. I can do it all. I can rebound, defend.
I mean, I love to hear it. Now, most of the time, guys have a problem with this. What do you feel like you still need to work on? What are some of your weaknesses?
Coming off screens and seeing everything coming off screen, keeping the ball low, and just looking everywhere.
Mm-hmm. You've committed to Rutgers. Talk to us a little bit about that recruiting process and who are some of the other schools that you considered?
I committed to Rutgers because I'm big on family. My mom loved it. My pops loved it. Everybody loved that I was around me, and I'm big on it. They had the best opportunity for me in my education-wise, too. So that was the big thing about Rutgers. Other schools that was in the running it was like Auburn, Rutgers, Kansas, Kentucky, Rutgers, and Oregon, and Texas, and South Carolina. That was my top 12. All the schools that recruited me was calling me. They show love. Everything means a lot. They was calling my mom. But the main 2 that was really calling my mom and talking to my mom and was showing interest heavy was Rutgers and Auburn.
Now, obviously, heading into your senior year of high school, you already have your college chosen. I remember way back in the day, I committed to UCLA early, so I kind of already had my process, and that was kind of a relief because I didn't have to deal with recruiting and all the, the whole process that comes with recruiting. What can we expect from you your senior year?
A lot, everything. I'm not letting up the senior year. I'm going at it. Got to. Senior year.
State championship. I mean, tell me what we see. National Player of the Year. I mean, tell the world what we should expect from you this year.
I'm trying to win it all. Trying to get better every day. Just work on and off the court.
Do you obviously looking ahead, way ahead, but sometimes it's fun to do this. Who are some of the guys you look forward to playing against? You mentioned some guys that people say your game is similar to in the league. God willing, you're able to make the NBA. Who are some of the guys you're looking forward to playing against?
The 3 I named, Paul George, Jason Tatum, and Kevin Durant, for sure.
Do you have a favorite out of those three? I mean, all three of those guys got a lot of game. I had to guard all three of them, and they were all hell. Do you have a favorite?
Kevin Durant.
KD, that's my guy.
KD.
So obviously, you know, a lot of pressure comes. You've been making a name for yourself the last handful of years. You're currently ranked the number 2 player in the country. Just finished a great summer. You felt like there was a target under your back. Every night you stepped on the court, you had something to prove because people were coming for you. What was that pressure like being the number 2 ranked player in the country?
It's a lot of pressure. Everybody and their mom just watching you, see how your game is. Everybody wants you to fail and want you to just be like at the bottom, but you got to stay focused and stay grounded. But it's on the court, people going to bump, bruise, how to hurt, try to talk crazy, but you just got to ignore it. Every time I step on the court, it happens. So I just ignore it and just keep working.
I say the one thing, you know, obviously great, bright future ahead of you, and I hope it's a long, prosperous NBA career. The biggest thing I found playing 15 years in the NBA is the mental process and how you handle yourself on and off the court, always remembering what got you there. You know, now you guys have so many distractions. I couldn't imagine being a player at this time with NILs and distractions and all these other things, but always keep in the back of your mind, like, why is all this happening to me? It's because what I can do with this ball and keep that first, but also think about the mental side. I mean, your game is beautiful. I'm a big fan of your game, but just remember that mental side is what's going to get you over all the doubters, all the BS, all the hard times, and continue to believe in yourself and you know, stay locked in on that mental side, bro. And really, and that was the one thing, you know, obviously Kobe was someone I was really close with in the league. You know, we came to LA at a similar time where I was going to UCLA, but he was coming to the Lakers, but he was younger. So he was always up on the UCLA campus. And I just remember, obviously his work ethic was incredible, but just his mental approach to the game. You know, he was a sicko when it came to, you know, obviously great God-given talent, but wanted to always pay God back with that hard work. But one of the biggest things I learned from Kobe was the mental aspect. You know, he all aspects was just always mentally locked in, that mental focus, never cheating the day, never cheating the moment, and staying mentally strong. And I remember we had his last interview on my show, and I was super surprised by this answer because, you know, obviously he's a super mentally strong guy. And I told him, you know, is there any critique or criticism throughout your career that stood out? And he paused for a second and he's like, you know, all of them stood out. You know, I heard everything. And I was just like, I'm thinking like, yeah, you're one of the greatest players in the world. And a lot of negativity is coming to him. And the one thing, you know, he stood on was just, you have to be more than anything mentally strong moving forward. So if there's anything you take from this and this little bit back and forth, is just stay mentally strong and trust the work you put in the game. You know what I mean? You're not number 2 for no reason. You know what I mean? You've earned that spot and you're going to continue to climb and excel. But when things get tough, trust the process. Trust, you know, that you put all the work in, and even if stuff isn't going as well as it should be, it's always going to turn because, you know, you've put that work in mentally and physically to get over any hump or any obstacle.
Yes, sir. Appreciate that.
Good luck, bro.
All right. Thank you.
Really excited to see what Ace Bailey is all about. Some big comparisons. Obviously, the MVP at the Steph Curry camp. The kid's on fire. Up next, we have Derik Queen, the number 10 player in the class of 2024, who will also be participating this weekend in the UA Next Elite 24 game. Derik, what's up, man? How are you?
I'm good. How about yourself?
Good. What has the experience been like? I know you guys are out there in Atlanta right now gearing up for the Elite 24 game this weekend. What has the experience been like?
It's been great playing against the best competition, and just learning from like the coaches here and just playing in front of the scouts.
They say most of the time in these, and I remember coming up, the best games were in practice when dudes is really going at each other. You guys going at each other hard in practice?
Yeah. Our coach, Mike Rice, he getting us ready. He got us ready.
So I understand right now, number 10 player in the country, you're uncommitted. Sometimes that can be a crazy process. It could be a fun process. It could be a stressful process. What has that process been like for you?
It's been crazy because like a lot of coaches was like, I need you to be here. I need to have you on my staff and stuff like that. And I just want to wait to make the right decision.
What is something you're particularly looking for, or you and your family are looking for when you guys choose a school or a coach? Is it because I know it's different. I went to UCLA where there was a ton of tradition and people wanted to join tradition. I found, as I've gotten older and I continued to stay in basketball, now it's not so much about tradition. Now it's about gear, what shoe company, how fast can you get me to the league? What are some things you're personally looking for, you and your family are looking for when you guys are deciding what school to go to?
A coach that basically cares about me, a coach that knows the game, knows how to get there, and basically like the feeling at the school. A coach that's going to push me, my teammates who I'll be playing with, and like also if I can see myself like basically retiring there. Yeah.
So who are some of do you have a top 3, a top 5 list that you would like to share with everybody who's really on your radar right now, or is it still undecided?
Yeah, it's still undecided.
Okay. So for those people who aren't familiar with your game, explain your game and can you compare it to anybody currently in the NBA, past or present?
Yeah, a lot of people say I play like Jokic because we're both slow. What's a different word for not athletic?
Smart.
Smart.
Yeah.
Both smart. We both can pass. We know the game. And then some people say Embiid.
Okay. So what would you say? Tell me what you feel like personally the strengths of your game are.
Probably my passing, my finishing, me creating my own shot, rebounding. I don't really block shots. That's pretty much it.
I saw some film on you. You dunk everything. Where'd you get that from? Where'd you get that mentality from?
I really only dunk if I'm open or if I'm like feeling good. I try not to dunk.
Oh, see, I saw that they must have gave me some film. They was just wide because all I saw was dunk after dunk after dunk. What are some areas you feel like you still need to improve on in your game?
My handle isn't bad. My handle, I need to get it tighter. Shooting and I think I do a solid job on defense. So, but I still need to work on defense.
So big game this week. What are you looking forward to most about this game coming up this weekend?
Basically just showing people I'm the best at what I do.
Okay. I like that. So we're looking forward now. God willing, everything goes as planned. You decide a school, you go in there and dominate in that school. You're in the draft. You can become a lottery pick. Who are 3 players you're looking forward to playing against once you get to the NBA?
Shake Gilgeous-Alexander. I would say Bron, but never know. Who else do I like? Jokic, and then Embiid. And my fourth one is Harden. Okay.
You versatile enough to guard those guys on the wing? You just gonna let them do what they do, then they have to guard you on the other end?
So like, I think I could stop Jokic, because I feel like we're the same player. I feel like I have a pretty good chance of giving Embiid a hard time.
How much? You're about what? 6'9", 6'10", 220?
Yeah, no, like 240.
Okay, about 240. Okay. Them boys are about 260, 280. Yeah, so that's going to be fun, man. Well, man, I want to wish you the best of luck. Obviously, that process of selecting a college is always a little crazy, but at the end of the day, it's a blessing. You know what I mean? You make sure you make the right decision for not only you, but your family. Go out there and show out, do what you're supposed to do, and then continue on your journey, man. So we wish you the best of luck this weekend. And, man, I'll be checking you guys out.
Yes, sir. Appreciate it.
No doubt.
All right, thank you.
I want to thank UA Next and Elite 24 for giving me an opportunity to sit down and talk to these up-and-coming prospects. I had a great time. I hope you guys enjoy this. And best of luck this weekend at the game.
It's time. The best Transformers yet. There you go. Is now streaming on Paramount Plus.
This is going to be fun, man.
Now let's talk to your manifestation. Transformers: Rise of the Beasts. Rated PG-13. Now streaming on Paramount Plus.